there, starlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jasmine Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Hello. Thank you for being here and for joining me for this weekly. For those of you who are returning, thank you for coming back. And for my subscribers, thank you so very much for your love, your loyalty, and your support. It means the world to me. If you would like a personal reading with me, all that information is in the description box below, or you can hop on over to capellawellness.com and check out my service suite there. I would like to announce that I am offering a special love reading for the month of February only, since I don't normally do love readings. I thought February is the month of love. I do a love reading, but do it a little bit different. If you're interested in that, please check out the description box below. There is a direct link to book that reading, or if you go to my website, capellawellness.com, you'll find it in the service suite underneath personalized readings. All right. I wish all of you a beautiful, wonderful, enlightening, empowering week. With that being said, let's get into your reading. Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading. How's it going? I hope you are doing super awesome. I wish you many blessings and much, much love for the week ahead and the weekend. You're already in February. January. It was kind of slow to me, but it still seems fast. I don't know. It's like a weird time warp or something. Anyway, Leo, I still send you much love and many, many blessings. All right. So if you've never been here before, what we're going to do is we're going to see what your overall theme is for this week, what you need to focus on and what you need to avoid for your spiritual growth, because that is what this is about, so that you can align yourself with and attract the miracles and blessings God has waiting for you. Stick around to the end so you can see what other guidance Spirit has for you to help you navigate this week's energies. You'll also get an affirmation and a wellness tip with that. And lastly, we will see what's going on with your love situation, all right? Okay, Leo, let's see what your overall theme is for this week. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What is the overall theme for Leo for this week? Sorry, guys, my guides and angels were giving me messages in the middle of my shuffling that they don't normally do. I will say, remember that time is fluid, energies are always changing, but also check your moon, your rising, your Venus, and your North Node signs to get additional guidance, to get more of a bigger picture as to what is surrounding you at this time, okay? And remember, when I say this week, it's really timeless. It just helps me to refer to particular readings, especially if people ask me questions, or I saw this reading dated this. It helps, okay? That's why I do it. Oh man, you guys are the first ones to get this so far since I started using this deck. We have sexual freedom. Bow, chicka, wow, wow. Okay, so Leo. I'm seeing sacral chakra with this. Okay. There's something about the 8th house. Okay. And I'm not an astrologer, so I'm just hearing sacral chakra and something with this 8th house. And 8th house is Scorpio energy, right? And sex does. And Scorpio does talk about sex. So that would make sense. Either, okay, as usual, if you guys watch me, you know I tend to get two groups. So remember, this is a collective reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody else, but keep your unhealthy ego in check and be honest with yourself, please. Because again, dishonesty is not going to get us anywhere. It doesn't allow abundance and even this to really come in, okay? So I'm seeing for some of you, there is a very strong, passionate connection. Guys, you're going to laugh. I have to interrupt this reading real quick. My sacral chakra is going off right now, and you probably could think what that is. Anyway, moving on. So there is a very strong, passionate connection you have with someone. And I mean the chemistry is through the roof, okay? I'm seeing Two of Cups with the Lover's card with the Devil card with this, okay? There's like strong desires and like strong passion here. But some of you are actually coming into union. I see there's a lotus here. There are two people coming into harmonious sacred union, and there's a sexual union with this too. All right, I'm seeing sacred union and sexual union. So for some of you, this is about that, and there's a new beginning here. There's gonna be making amends with each other. There's a truce. I see peace. I see Ace of Cups, and these are doves. I'm seeing Five of Swords in the reverse. I'm seeing Seven of Swords in the reverse. Somebody coming clean. Justice card. Justice being restored. It's like things are coming into balance. I'm seeing the High Priestess here with this too. But there's a new beginning here. I'm seeing aces coming up. Pentacles, wands, cups, and even swords here. There is, with the lotus, if you guys don't already know, it starts growing in the muddy waters at the bottom of like the lake or whatever body of water it's in. And it's all dark and dingy and dirty down there sometimes. And then what happens? It grows and moves up and moves up and moves up, comes to the surface, and it blossoms into this amazing flower on this lily pad, right? It's amazing, the journey of that lotus flower to what it becomes. And this is what both of you have become here. Leo, you and your counterpart, your person, your soulmate, you have evolved, and you are both now enlightened. You are now both now vibrating at the violet flame frequency, the highest frequency of all, and that's unconditional love, okay? There is a lot of love in this connection. I'm seeing King of Cups and Queen of Cups with this. You guys are fully in your element here. And because of that, you are now ready to exchange your cups. You're now ready to give and receive unconditional love. And on top of that, with this strong passion between you two, you're going to see and experience a completely different type of love, companionship, but also from a sexual standpoint. I'm hearing tantric sex. Like both of you are going to be practicing this, or maybe one has already been studying this and they're going to take the lead and start teaching you this too, so that you can have this type of sex. And that's going to bring about this sexual freedom here. I am hearing for some of you, you've been celibate for a long time. Okay. Maybe your sacral chakra is going off too, as I read, as I channel. So this is going to really liberate the both of you, because there was a sense of like false sense of security, or a false sense of belief as to what sex really was. Okay. I'm hearing that both of you now see that sex is worship. It's an act between two people, where when they are very spiritually connected and they are, independent of each other, they have aligned themselves with their higher selves. They're in union with themselves. They have freed themselves emotionally. And now that they have freed themselves emotionally, they are now able to have this sexual freedom. And there's not going to be any shyness. There's not going to be any taboos with sex, again, with the tantric stuff and stuff like that, and other things that how people view sex. There's a liberation here with regards to how you view this type of act. And because both of you are very spiritually entwined and you are very connected at the soul level, but it's not just about being deeply connected to someone on a soul level. It's also about communication, effective communication, and being your true authentic self. When you have all of these things, you're able to engage in sexual activity that is very fulfilling. It is very spiritual. It's very enlightening too. It's like, oh man, what's that song? There is a song by a woman who explains this perfectly. Vivian Green. Oh my gosh. It might come back to me, guys, because there's a really big message with that song. I'm trying to get it, guys. If I don't get it in the next few seconds, I'm just going to have to pass. Spirit, what's the title of this? It is by Vivian Green. It begins with an S. I think it begins with an S. I can't get it, guys. Okay, if you look at Vivian Green, if you want to just go through her songs, if it begins with an S, check those songs first. If it comes to me, I'll tell you. If not, then we'll just pass on it. But it's an amazing song. Anyway, she pretty much talks about the type of the sexual freedom she experiences with her partner. And it's like it takes her to levels that she's never been, type of thing. That's what this is about. Some of you are going to be experiencing this, and you're going to become even closer than you've ever been before with this person, because those of you who've done the work, especially if you are a divine counterpart, you've been on this journey, you have understood what, that deep connection with God is. You are your authentic self. You have done the inner work. You've faced your fears and your demons, all of that work involved with this. You are not conforming to what society says, nor are you conforming to society to tell you what sex should be like, okay? And now that you have achieved this, you're going to come into union with your partner, and it's going to, you're already connected in the 5D. You're now connecting in the 3D. But because of this strong connection, it's magnetic. It's like the Empress energy, very strong passion and attraction. It is so magnetic in nature. You guys are now pulling towards each other. It's like calling in your soulmate, your counterpart here. And once you do come into union in the 3D, harmonious union, what comes next is this type of sexual freedom, the sexual union. And it's really going to I'm hearing locking in your love more tightly. That sounds kind of weird, but that's what they're telling me. It is going to really, really connect you so much more stronger. It's like you might be seeing actual orbs of light in the middle of the act. You may actually be like astral projecting somewhere else or something along those lines. That's what I'm getting from this. So, and I'm hearing again the Tantric Sex is going to be a big thing in your connection here. Others of you, this is you better understanding what sex means to you, okay? That it's not, being intimate does not just mean having sex, being physical with someone. There's emotional aspects to this, communication. This is about understanding that sex is worship, right? And remember, you are exchanging energies with whoever you have sex with. And it's kind of funny that this is becoming a sex reading. It's weird, guys. I'll be honest with you. I always had a very hard time speaking about this, or even, and it doesn't have to be anything really dirty in nature. Even saying the sex word was very, very hard for me. And this is kind of, God is telling me something here. This is me stepping even more out of my comfort zone, because apparently what they're now telling me is that I'm going to be talking about this too. And I always used to shy away from this stuff. Hence my clearing of the throat. So this is a big thing for me too, to talk about this. So if you're looking to someone to just have sex with them, just to feel liberated or free or to release stress or something, but then afterwards, if you're not really feeling fully fulfilled, I mean, there might be a temporary, it's a self-gratification thing, right? It's kind of like Amazon Prime. You put in an order and you get it right away. It's kind of like, oh, you know what? I need to release my energies with engaging in sex here. But you can transmute that into creativity. Again, with the Empress energy, right? Creation. But transmuting those you may be having these really deep desires here, And maybe it's to let out frustration, or it's kind of like, I haven't been with somebody for so long, I need some or whatever. And then all of a sudden you engage in this activity with someone, but then you've given your energies, you've exchanged energies with that individual, and you may have picked up on stuff that is low vibrational, or you've exchanged low vibrational energies with each other, and maybe possibly wounds or something, and it's starting to affect you. Okay, there's like some sort of purification here with the Ace of Swords or the Star card that needs to be a priority for some of you. And again, guys, this is not judging you, right? I mean, we've all gotten to this thing. I'll be honest with you. It's like I was waiting for a marriage, for the right person, and I caved. I gave in. I'm not gonna lie, because my story is supposed to help empower somebody. Maybe that's for you too. You were like, you know what? I was very Catholic then, and I was like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. But then, you start hearing about everybody else. Oh, it's not so bad. It's kind of like that George Michael song, you know, the I Want Your Sex song, right? Sex is natural, sex is good. Not everybody does it, but everybody should. But it's a matter of doing it with the right people, right? So for me, I was exchanging these energies, and actually there was like karma involved, and I had to learn lessons from that and all that stuff. But this is more of getting back into engaging in this with somebody who like-minded people, or if it's you, and there's no right and wrong in this, Leo, to wait for that person. Okay? But I will say, if that wouldn't have happened with me going off of that, I wouldn't have had my son with my ex-husband. I was married for 10 years, and after that marriage, I wouldn't have met my divine counterpart. So I know there was a purpose to that, right? But I think it's starting, to get us to realize that it is a form of worship. It's like you are a sacred temple there. And when you're engaging with somebody and you don't know who they slept with, and it's kind of like, and again, there's no shame here, guys. None, please. Don't think that, okay? Because I used to think that too. And then what happened to me, people started like saying stuff. It's like people started gossiping, and stuff started coming out that I didn't even do or whatever. And it was just horrible, because I didn't trust my gut, and I wasn't really honoring myself and worshiping myself in a sense, right? Taking care of my sacred body. So with this type of freedom, this is really about understanding that having that deep soul connection with somebody is of the utmost importance. And that sex isn't just sex. It's used for procreation. It's used to really bring two people closer together. And it's an exchange of like a deeper type of love too. But when you don't have that connection with someone, sex is just sex, right? It's you're not procreating. You're not trying to create life in the world, right? It's just, and I get it. It's like, oh my gosh, we have these urges. It's kind of like the strength card, your energy with taming the beast here. Okay. So, but this really stems down about having respect for yourself and for somebody else. And not being afraid of your own sexuality too. Not holding back, right? Especially with stereotypes with women. And, they can't be like their sensual sexual selves. They can't show their true side. And yeah, you can overdo it. But if you overdo it to try to get attention, what are you really doing to yourself? You're doing it to get unwanted attention, right? You can be sexy and not have to like show so much of yourself, right? I think that comes from within, right? People can see how amazing and beautiful and sexy you are, but just by on the inside, which exudes from on the outside. And then that's when you start attracting people who value you for your uniqueness and who you truly are, your authenticity, right? Being authentic with yourself. And that physical intimacy, if you're just looking for that alone, but then you start feeling guilty afterwards after you engage this with either some random person or some person that you think is your person or whatever this is, you start to realize that it's not all about physical intimacy, right? Intimacy is about deep soul connection. It's about effective communication, about being vulnerable and being your true self and expressing your fears and your desires and not having that person judge you because of them. Get to know that person better. Okay? You're going to start to see this in a different light here. And this is one thing that I had to learn too. I'm not going to lie. So it's time for you to let go of these false beliefs, these programmed beliefs about sex, period. Okay? And when you have that sense of freedom within yourself and you allow yourself to be the way you want to express yourself sexually, but for your highest good, that is, you're giving yourself that permission to really express yourself, explore different ways as to what this means for you or how you're going to engage in this with someone that you really, really, truly love or you're really connected to in ways that are meaningful to you, right? And not just doing sexual activities or positions or objects just to satisfy somebody else or just to get somebody, what's it called, in their good graces or your good graces, or doing things just to please somebody else when that's not how you view what sex should be like. Be very careful with that, because you're doing yourself a disservice and you're preventing yourself from really understanding what that activity is. And look, we're all human, guys. Again, there's no judgment. I already told you a little bit about my story. I can't lie. And if somebody's going to judge me because of it, that's not my problem. Only God can judge me. But I know what this is now. And I know that having a true deep soul connection with someone is way more important than just having sex, even with somebody that you would have dated for a while. And maybe you just do it just to do it, but there's no passion there. When you have this type of sexual freedom, there's an incredible amount of passion that comes with this. Incredible amount of passion. Oh my God. Look what's at the bottom. I totally forgot about this. They're telling me something here, life purpose. You see how I was telling you about how apparently this may be my next topic of discussion or part of my life's purpose of what I'm moving into next. Oh my God. And I don't like talking about myself in my readings, but if you guys don't already know, I'm Leo North Node and Leo Rising. And yeah, my guides are laughing at me right now because they're like, surprise, Jess. You see how I was saying they're moving me out of my comfort zone again. All right. All right. The taboos of sex is what they're telling me. Really, guys? Sorry, guys. They're having a conversation with me right now. And they just say, go ahead, carry on with the reading. We'll tell you later. So with the life purpose at the bottom here, this is about trusting your intuition here and the natural wisdom of your heart, you know, with regards to this sexual freedom, everything that I was talking about. We don't have to feel loved by having sex. And again, I'm going to be very vulnerable here because probably I'm going to be teaching this elsewhere or whatever I'm doing with this. I'm teaching this now. I kind of saw it like that. And, you know, when you're looking at your divine counterpart or trying to find some deep soul connection, but you're thinking that sex is love, again, that is a misconception. You have to have all these other things first, and you have to love yourself first, wholeheartedly, to erase that condition that sex is love, because it's not that. It's the unconditional love, the agape. It's not eros. Eros is erotic, it's sexual, it's romantic. That's not the type of connection God wants for us. Our soul's calling for a much deeper connection here. Okay? So some of you may need to really start reevaluating who you are having sex with, who you're having a relationship with, maybe even just who you're talking to about sex, period. Because maybe they're putting these false notions into your head. Again, some of you, more of you are female here. It's like, again, with how you present yourself, how you express yourself. Even with saying dirty things or something like that, because there is a complex for some women about how you vocalize yourself during that. And God, this is a whole freaking, I feel like the Dr. Ruth is here, a whole freaking discussion about me, because being vocal, I thought I wasn't allowed to do that until that changed with somebody. And that person told me that's healthy. It's who you are. And I started to realize, oh my God, it is. And you know what that made me realize? It really freed myself, because I was inhibiting myself by trying to not say certain things or trying to be too quiet and stuff like that, right? Because what do people judge, especially women, about? If you're not saying all this stuff and you're not expressing who you truly are while you're engaging in this, or someone's telling you you can't, you shouldn't be saying that, or you can't do that, or somebody tells you, no, you have to do, we have to engage in this sexual activity in this way, that person is not for you. You have to express your true authentic self and be in tune with your Shakti here, all right? In not being afraid of all those taboos. But again, it's talking about really calling more for a deeper soul connection here. And maybe for some of you, maybe this might be part of your life's purpose. You going through what you're going through, and see what that heart chakra, just like that's screaming out. It's emanating all of these rays of light to people. Again, maybe part of your life's purpose is talking about what sexual freedom really is, and you're going to be crashing all these taboos about this. And it talks about getting to union with self and being who you truly are. And when you engage in this activity with this true person, the person meant for you, all of those beliefs come crashing down. All of them. And the same thing, you know, with religion and marriage. And what sex is in that marriage. And again, with the female, you know, false beliefs that they're not supposed to act a certain way, or they're supposed to act a certain way. They're not supposed to do things. I just gave you an example about myself. But know that you are deserving of love here. You are meant to be loved, but you are not going to find love through sex, Leo. That's for some of you, not for all of you. That love comes from within. You don't need to feel validated by that. You don't need to feel worthy. Maybe there's something here. Maybe you have to become stronger, especially when you get those urges. And let me tell you guys, I'm speaking from experience, because I've done some stupid things. I have. I'm not going to lie. That's a story for another day. But this reading is even for me to help me realize certain things and what I'm going to be teaching next. So you're connected to everything. If you want to attract the love that you really are truly seeking here, Leo, you're going to have to be the love. And sex is not it. That's not going to get you that true sexual freedom that you want. Look at these people. Again, it's Lover's card, Two of Cups energy here. Ace of Cups. They're in the lotus, enlightenment, spirituality, being spiritual first within themselves and then with each other, being in that high vibrational state. Your purpose is to understand what that true unconditional love is first, to experience that true sexual freedom. That's the highest purpose for us. The higher form of love is unconditional love. Get to that level. Have that flowing through you and emanating out of you. You will attract that person who's going to be vibrating at that level. And look, there's more doves here. I just saw it. 2 doves on either side of her. It's a beautiful card. This person looks very familiar. Maybe they look familiar to you too. You don't have to be a saint. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to be a certain height. You don't have to put on, and I'm going to say it, all this makeup on your face, okay? You know, for me, I hated makeup, and then I started trying it, and then I stopped doing it. The only thing I do these days are my eyes, because that's my favorite feature. But if I'm going to go somewhere specific, then I'll maybe add a little bit more foundation and stuff. But even, you know, my thumbnails and my pictures, I got hung up on, you know, presenting myself in a certain way. And that was one of the things I had to overcome. Get out of my comfort zone. And my guides were saying, you have to put your your picture in your thumbnails. I was like, okay. And then doing my lives, right? I show my face. The only thing I do is a little eyeliner and maybe eyeshadow, and that's it. I don't do the whole thing. I might put lip gloss on, but that's it. I was getting hung up on, you know, my hair has to be perfect and this has to be perfect. But am I being my true authentic self? I'm not saying that you don't you shouldn't be making yourself up, Leo. I'm just saying that we don't have to be so show-offy, because what's going to happen when we're exuding our inauthentic selves, we're going to attract inauthentic people, and people who might be involved in, who want to be our friend or want to be our lover or whatever, our partner, because, oh my God, Leo looks super hot, and that's it. Okay? I got caught up in that. And what was funny is that I always had very low self-esteem. Believe it or not, people, I always did. Because maybe you're thinking about the thumbnail that I have for this video right now. It's one of my favorite pictures, yes. And I didn't have that much makeup on, no. But I put that there because it was like, it was me. That's my authentic self. I didn't have to overdo it. And I realized that I didn't have to overdo it, period, because I wasn't being true to myself, and I didn't want to attract that unwanted attention. Provided that I might still get that, but I know better now not to deal with those people. This is about my inner self. This is about me loving myself. And for some of you, you may feel like you have to dress up a certain way or do yourself up so much so where there could be lack of self-worth issues, like you don't love yourself or what you look like. It doesn't matter, Leo. It's what's on the inside that counts, right? It's like the Beauty and the Beast story. It's my favorite story, my favorite Disney movie, ask your favorite movie, period, of all time. The animated version. I do like the live version, but the animated version is my #1 movie of all time. But you have to come as you are, naturally. Your natural beauty here is what's important. Okay. The love is always going to come from within, and you love yourself first and foremost. And those people will love you for who you are, not who you are on the inside, because Leos tend to be very attractive, right? And I'm going to tell you one thing before I get into the tarot, because this is turning into like a crazy discussion here, but this is how I do my work, okay? There's something here where growing up, I was always wishing to be the prettier girl, the ones with the boyfriends, because I didn't have my first boyfriend until college. That might be shocking to some, but that is a very true statement. You can ask anybody I know. And I've had very, very few boyfriends, very few, and one husband. Okay. So I didn't feel pretty at all. And I was like, God, I wish I was the prettier one. I wish it was more attractive. I wish that, I was popular. And I base it off of looks. And one thing that I didn't cherish, that I wasn't grateful for, was my brain. I was one of the smartest people in school, all through school. Almost everything I did, I not only did well at, I excelled at. And I didn't value that about myself. I didn't love that about myself. I didn't love my mind. I was focusing on the outside, on my face, what I look like. Even my hair. I have naturally curly hair. And back then, I used to get frustrated with it. And, I used to have my hair blow dried and straightened and things like that. I still do that, but I don't have that much of a complex now. But it's just because my curls are like really crazy. But, and you might think, well, you're not being your authentic self. Maybe, but it's how I feel inside. If I feel fine and it makes it easier for me to like straighten the curls, then I will do that. I'm not ashamed of that. Sometimes I will let that in the summer, but it's wintertime where I'm at here and it freezes and I'm not dealing with that. Anyway, that's a tangent. I wasn't valuing my brain. I was super intelligent. I'm still super intelligent. And now I really, really am grateful for that. And what happened? I got to college and it changed. I don't know what happened because I kind of look the same. I haven't really changed much since my teen years, honestly. I got all this attention from guys. And I was like, what just happened? And even my friends from childhood were like, wow, Jess, like, and apparently they told me like my face changed or I got prettier or whatever the hell happened. Apparently God granted my wish, but it backfired. And I wasn't flaunting myself. I was still an introvert. I was still shy, but I got all this attention. And some of it was very unwanted. And when I talked about the gossip and stuff, that's when the gossip stuff. I mean, I would be just talking in a room with a dude. Once I left that guy's room, and I swear, like, there was, like, nothing going on. Boy, did the shit come out. Boy, did all people start assuming I was a certain way, and they were judging me because of my face. You see where that backfired on me? And again, I wasn't doing much of anything but just engaging with people. And they judged me for my looks. I did not see that coming. I didn't see it coming. And that hurt me like you wouldn't believe. And then I kind of had to like prove to others, and other people had to back me up and say, no, Jess is not like that, and all these other things. It was bad. It was bad in college. And then I was attracting these people, and it was unpleasant. I didn't like it. And then my self-worth started to go down again. I wasn't even really that high self-esteem, period. And who was I attracting? Guys who were low self-esteem. And then I didn't stay by my truths. I wasn't loving myself. I wasn't staying true to my convictions and my beliefs and things like that. And that all went out the wayside with the first guy, the first boyfriend that I ever had. And then this to me changed. I allowed other people to change this about me. Because people were like, oh, you know, it's not really bad. You don't have to wait till marriage and blah, blah, blah. I believed all that crap. But you know what, guys? It was part of my lessons to learn. So for some of you, I'm teaching that now. So don't get hung up on what you look like. You are meant to have a higher form of love, okay? The agape love. That's what we are all here for. That's part of your higher purpose. And some of you may very well be going through this because you are going to teach that as part of your life's purpose. I'm also getting, for some of you, when you come into union, harmonious union with your counterpart, you're going to be an example of what a true divine couple is. To talk even about the sexual freedom energy here, it will be part of your mission together. Okay? That's a big one. Alrighty. Well, we went really long with just the theme today, but they wanted to get that out. All right, Leo. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What does Leo need to focus on at this time? Please and thank you. So yeah, I'm hearing it again, Leo. Just be mindful with who you're associating yourself with, especially if you're engaging in sexual activity. Again, Leo, I do not judge, okay? I love each and every one of you, and I don't even know who you are. I teach because I'm very passionate about what I teach, and I want you guys to kind of like, you know, understand certain things that I have learned, and to get you to kind of where I am at and how I view things very differently, and how you know, loving myself and getting to union with myself was one of the most greatest accomplishments I could have ever achieved this lifetime. Okay. So we have the Six of Cups here. All right. This is about the innocence here. About you being a divine being. It's like there's one baby here and there's nobody else here but a baby. Some of you maybe didn't feel loved as a child. There's inner child healing that needs to be done. Or you didn't feel loved in relationships. It could have come from your parents. It could have come from a parent, if it's not both. All right? And now you have this kind of perception that sex is love. That you feel more loved, you feel wanted, you feel appreciated, you feel validated through sex. Okay? It has to do with child conditioning. There's inner childhood wounds that need to be healed here. So Spirit is really telling you to focus on your inner child healing at this time. And the past. What happened in the past, especially with relationships. It's pretty much what I was talking about, because I talked about my past too. See how this is all coming together here? This is also talking about soulmate, divine counterpart energy. And if you guys heard of the twin flame, it's the same type of journey, but my angels told me not to use that because that thing has been overly romanticized and thrown out the window. But they told me to use light counterpart, even though they don't want to put labels on it, but it's a divine connection. Okay. So some of you are being encouraged to really start attracting this person into your life if you're not doing that already. If you already met your counterpart here, what I'm also getting is that maybe you're still engaging in sexual activity with others who are not your divine counterpart, because again, there's a sense of like a childhood wound here that you're trying to heal through that. But you're engaging in this activity with these people because you're not in union with your counterpart, and or you know, yeah, you're in separation, or you feel like your own counterpart doesn't love you when your counterpart actually does. It's just a whole bunch of other stuff that happens as to why you think that. Or maybe you are continuing to engage in sexual activity with your divine counterpart, but your counterpart is still not giving you what you truly need, and that's the unconditional love. They may not be expressing that. They may not be vulnerable, which is why I talked about effective communication is more important. So is that vulnerability, talking to each other about your deepest desires, your darkest fears, all of that stuff, okay? So if those of you who are, you are already in this journey here with your person, yet if you're in separation, you're continuing to engage in sexual activity with others, Spirit is really encouraging you to stop doing that. I'm hearing save yourself or your counterpart, because again, you're picking up those energies that you're going to have to clear. And what I'm hearing now is that it's going to prolong your separation because you're still not focusing on the doing the inner work, doing the inner child work here. And you're not releasing the past, especially stuff that happened in your childhood that may have deep down in your subconscious has caused you to be in this type of situation with regards to how you view sex, okay? And again, please, there's no judgments, all right? Like, I'm being vulnerable here. I've been through this, okay? I'm guilty as charged, if you want to if you want to say that. But that's part of us being human. We were here to learn, right? And we're here to teach. And from my experiences, I'm here teaching you right now. So with these energies, this is really about you focusing on doing your work on healing this, okay? You have to love yourself first. You have to be tender to yourself. You have to be kind to yourself. First and foremost, love yourself, right? We love children unconditionally. It isn't until like we get to adults and we have a hard time. There's something with forgiveness here too. See, I'm feeling it now. Some of you feel guilty by what I just said. Forgive yourself for it. That's what I had to do too. God knows. I told you guys I did some stupid stuff. Okay. This might be a little bit triggering for somebody here, because I'm looking at the baby. Either you got pregnant by somebody and you... I don't want to use that word. You guys know what I'm talking about. Let's just say you gave up the child, okay? Because that word might be very, very hard for you to hear, okay? My guides want me to say it, okay? Again, this is for somebody. This is not for all of you, and do not judge, okay? There's somebody here where you kept engaging in this and you got pregnant. Maybe you got pregnant by your counterpart. I don't know. Somebody here may have very well aborted the child. Or you gave it up for adoption or something along those lines, or you gave it to somebody else. Okay. God is telling you right now to forgive yourself. All right? Because they know everything. God knows everything. Jesus knows everything. Well, most things. That's why they want you to see this differently. Don't engage in this just to feel loved, especially if you know you're with someone that there's like fighting, or there's like an altercation, or there's something that is not harmonious here. This is peace, balance, and harmony with the 6. 6, Lover's card, right? There's 6 here. Okay. And there's a Knave of Chalices at the bottom of the deck. That's Page of Cups. There's a lot of water energy here. All right. Love yourself. Trust your instincts. All right. And if you actually did that, If there was a aborted fetus here, you've already been forgiven. But you have to forgive yourself for that. Because you are human. God knows that you were affected by the outside world, by people. There was inner child wounding here. Maybe it even stemmed from a past life, is what I'm hearing too. There's something about being an orphan in a past life, or being, maybe you were given up or something, or maybe maybe you were aborted, or I don't know why I'm getting this, but, or something happened in your past lives with regards to children or something, or this is you in a past life. Like I said, you were either abandoned, or you were given up for adoption, or you were orphaned. Okay, there's something along this line. This is weird. This is coming out, but again, this is not for everybody. This is for at least one person here. They want you to really stop and think about what it is that you're doing. And again, you're not being chastised here, okay? Because God's already going to forgive you for this. It's just a matter of you have to forgive yourself for it and kind of repent, is what I'm hearing. And then you do your life's purpose. You start really understanding what unconditional true love is, and what, you know, sex is, that it's worship. Everything will be fine, okay? It will start to heal you. Okay? Something about an apology. Maybe you need to apologize to yourself and forgive yourself. Or maybe even say sorry to God. I don't know. I don't know why this is coming up, guys. It's turned out to be interesting. That's for one group of you, okay? I haven't gotten to the other group yet, but this is turning into a very serious reading. And look who's after this. It's the Knight of Wands. You see, there's somebody who's very sexually charged. You could be dealing with another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be your energies too, or it could be both of you, whoever you're dealing with, all right? Could be somebody who's younger than you, or you're younger than they are. Maybe you have less experience or something like that, or the person has less experience. And maybe somebody is trying to get you to do things, you know, sexually, that you really don't want to do. And maybe you feel a little bit naive, right? And it's like, okay, well, sure, I'll do this with you. And then all of a sudden, you keep getting into these situations where you're not fulfilled, and you feel guilty, and it's like, oh my God, I did this again. Again, Leo, don't beat yourself up. You are human. It happens. This is part of your life story. This is part of your karma. This is part of your past lives. This is just what you're going to learn from, which you are eventually going to be teaching. Okay? Trust your instincts. All right? If you know that you should stop doing this, if you know that, like, I need to get away from this because this is not fulfilling me, I need to stop seeking validation and love through sex here. Trust your gut here, okay? And especially if somebody's coming in and out of your life, especially if you're dealing with a divine counterpart, because the divine masculines tend to do this. They come in, oh, hey, Leo, what's going on? And then it's like, you want to go out for a drink, or you want to hook up or whatever, or meet up? Okay, sure. And then it turns into some sort of, you know, sexual encounter. And it doesn't even have to be intercourse either. It could be just something strictly sexual in nature, and then they leave again. They are only using you for that, okay? I have to say it. But this is for you to understand that you have to see sex as worship. You have to worship. Your body is a temple, okay? And that's okay. It's okay, Leo. Don't get caught up in that, all right? Love yourself. Start following your dreams. You're very psychic too, because you are already knowing that this person does this. Some of you might even get a message from this person again, They may very well do the same thing. Again, I'm hearing pay attention to the red flags. Be careful. Because for some of you, somebody's coming back from the past and they're going to give you a message, and it's going to be like, you know, very innocent, okay, at first. And then it's going to turn out to they're going to come back as the Knight of Wands again. There's some sort of manipulation here emotionally. Be careful with that message. If you are a divine counterpart, I would highly recommend you watch the Divine Feminine readings, my two of them. One that says, pay attention, or this is a red flag. There's two of them. You're going to know what they are. I can't remember, okay? The last three readings that I did. Okay, I can get it right. You're going to figure it out. There's one where it says hold your station, and the other one says like this is a warning or something like that. If you haven't watched those, I highly recommend you watching those, okay? Some of you, that's going to happen. So be careful. The other group of you who are coming into union, sexual union, harmonious sacred union. Yep, somebody's coming back from the past. All right. It is your counterpart, your soulmate, whoever this is. They're going to reconcile with you. They've reconciled their past. They have completed their child healing. You have completed your child healing. You are now harmonious, okay? You are now vibrating at the same level. You're now at peace. You're balanced. You are centered. And this person is now coming to apologize, all right? There's the apology right there. They're going to give you a message of love. It could be a letter. It could be a song that they wrote. It could be something very artistic in nature, how they're going to communicate their love to you, because some of them, that's part of their love language. Somebody here is very musical here, and this is how they communicate. They communicate through songs, I'm hearing. They probably have been communicating through songs for a long time for you in your connection, but they're now returning here, and they're actually going to show you how they feel. And it's not just going to be telling you, they're going to show you. It'll start off with some sort of love letter or some sort of phone call or video message, or I don't know what this is. It could be a lot of things. And not only they're going to express their heart to you, they're going to open up. They're going to be vulnerable. They're going to tell you exactly how they felt all this time. And they're being brave about it because of the Knight of Wands behind here. They're going to be bold and brave, and there's a lot of passion behind this love message, but it's not passion in how they were communicating before. It was just strictly sexual in nature, and it could have been very, very, like, triple X rated is what I'm hearing, okay? But it's going to be passionately loving, again, what this is. And they're going to express that to you. And they're also, you know, they're going to be apologizing for not telling you this. And they're also going to be apologizing for them coming in as the Knight of Wands, the shadow side of this guy, being very highly sexually charged, coming in just for sex and leaving type of thing. They knew what they were doing. All right. They did. They're going to be apologizing because they were being very immature about this. Okay. And, but that's because they had issues to deal with. They saw sex as love too. You both did. But now you both don't see that anymore. But this person's going to apologize for that. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but it doesn't have to be, okay? Reconciliation. There's a reunion here. This person's coming back from the past to apologize to you. But they're really going to be very honest this time. Very honest. They're trusting their gut on this too, because they're being told that they need to come forward and tell you the truth, pretty much. This is going to be a very heartwarming message, to the point where some of you might like do a lot of crying because of it, because it's going to be that emotional is what I'm hearing. There's a lot of emotion here. 6 of Cups and the Knight of Chalices, the Page of Cups. They may also be outpouring their emotions to you about their past, what happened to them as a baby, what happened to them as a child. Something traumatizing happened to them is what I'm hearing. They're going to be talking about their past. You guys are going to be having heart-to-heart conversations. I think I already said that. You both are going to be reconciling the past between you two also. Oh my God, Ace of Cups is at the top of the deck. What was I talking about the Ace of Cups? Self-love, okay? For some of you, this is all about self-love, doing some self-reflection. Like, I got to love myself. I got to find what ultimately fulfills me. And it's not going to be sex here, Leo. This is finding your holy grail. And as I said, for those who are coming into harmonious sacred union, you both have found your holy grail, and now you're going to exchange the cups. This is also a new beginning in love. There are deep emotions here. I talked about they're going to be pouring their heart out to you. That's the Ace of Cups right there with the page at the bottom of the deck. They are going to be pouring their heart out to you. Yeah, there's something with the mother here. There's some sort of childhood trauma with the mother or something like that, is what I'm hearing. That's for some of you, not for all of you, okay? But they're going to be pouring out their emotions. There's going to be tears of joy. That's why I said there's going to be a lot of crying. I said there's a lot of water energy, guys. There's going to be a lot of crying when this message comes in. And then after this message, this initial message comes in and you guys have the heart-to-heart conversations, right? Reconciling the past, talking about how you healed, what's gone on, your deepest, darkest fears and things. You're going to be even more connected by the soul. This is what's going to be needed before this happens. This is what needs to happen before the sexual thing happens, where you really, really, it's like it locks it in, is what I'm being told again. Okay? New love for you here, Leo. For those of you who've done the work, you know you've done the work when you are feeling Ace of Chalices. You're feeling the divine love within you and it's emanating out of you. You feel high vibrational. That's the highest form of love of all. You are vibrating at this level, which is the frequency of the violet flame. Okay? Oh, woo! All right. This is beautiful, though, Leo. This is you got another beautiful reading. I mean, wow. Let's see what you need to avoid. You need to avoid the person who cannot be vulnerable with you, who holds their emotions. Some of you are definitely dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Again, don't get hung up on that, but some of you definitely are. Okay? Drama. Avoid drama with this person or these people. But I'm thinking for some of you, these are partners that you've engaged in, okay, sexually. Especially for those of you who are still, you know, engaging in this type of activity with people who actually, they may pretend to have a lot of love for you and they may not, but these are the people who are not your counterpart. I want to make that very clear before you get confused. Okay. Some of you aren't trusting your intuition. Okay. That's what I was talking about. Again, there's a lot of water energy here, Leo. A lot of water. You got to really trust your instincts on this. You already know. You already know what it is you need to do here. Some of you are being emotionally manipulated, okay, into having sex. I'm not going to lie, guys. I went through the same thing. I have to be my authentic self here. Otherwise, I won't be effective in my teachings. Okay? The cat's out of the bag. But so many of us go through this, and we shouldn't be ashamed of it. Okay? I was talking about emotional manipulation, and here it is again it's from the King of Cups, okay? Somebody who's very moody, someone who's not emotionally available. The emotions are very important to have this type of connection, Leo. Very important. All right? Very important. And if somebody's ghosting you, they have childhood wounds to deal with. They have a lot of things they need to clear. So let them be. Start focusing on you and self-love, your self-healing, your self-worth, that type of stuff, okay? This person could be very romantic or act that way. But for them, it's a form of manipulation. Especially, you know, and I have to say it with women, you know, we can get caught up in the romance of things, right? But again, that's why I teach. It's not about the romance. It's about the higher form of love, which is agape. That's unconditional. That's the love that we need. It's not about the romance, okay? So if this person they're acting romantically, they do these things, it's to try to get something else out of you. But they're doing that again because they're suppressing their emotions for very valid reasons, because there was some childhood trauma that happened to them, and it has to do with a mother for some of them, okay? Let God help them. Let God deal with it. They keep ghosting you. They keep not responding. They keep being unemotionally available. They may have told you this already, and you're still falling into the trap. Start standing in your power and let go of this person, even if it's your divine counterpart, because you have to do the healing on your own in solitude, and they have to do the healing on their own too. The divine feminine is the one who initiates the healing first, not the divine masculine. And the divine feminine has to learn to walk away and fully surrender the connection and start working on themselves. To stop dealing with somebody who's emotionally unavailable. The sex doesn't mean anything until you are emotionally connected. So trust your gut. Some of you know this. Some of you know this. And especially this person tends to be moody. They're all romantic and nice and very kind and generous. And then all of a sudden, there's drama, and it's like they're a little bit reserved, right? Withdrawn. They all of a sudden withdraw with you, and then their attitude changes. Now, they have some healing to do. A lot of healing. Nine of Swords is at the bottom of the deck here. Yep, it's like you're feeling this is hopeless. You're feeling this is hopeless. You're getting anxiety, or this person is causing you a lot of stress. All right? You got to go with the flow. You have to go with the flow. Okay? Trust your intuition here. Trust your intuition. You have to find peace within yourself. This person is not going to give you that peace. You have to find it on your own. You have to release this pain. Okay? Through pain and suffering comes great wisdom. That's what this guy embodies. Okay? It's really time for you to just let go. Let go of this person here, Leo. Don't worry about it. Some of you are afraid to let this person go. Some of you are afraid to surrender this connection. If this person is your true counterpart, they're always going to be your counterpart. They will, what's yours is what I'm hearing. You have to break this cycle of dealing with people who are unemotionally unavailable and offering sex to them, especially when they just come in and out. Okay? That's the cold hard truth, guys. But again, there's no judgment here, okay? You have to start seeing the light, and your gut knows that. Your intuition is already telling you, but you keep falling into the same trap, okay? You will recover from this, but you're going to have to break the cycle. And then you're going to attract somebody. They're going to give you this. They will be emotionally available, and you'll have like the greatest sex you've ever had in your life. Okay, but that's not the end goal here. We want to have a deep soul connection with someone. But again, the effective communication, somebody who's emotionally available, they can be vulnerable. You can talk to each other without any fear, and they're not holding back, and they won't get moody when they start getting to that vulnerable place, and then they go this way. It's like this King of Cups keeps doing this. Light King of Cups, Shadow King of Cups. Light King of Cups, Shadow King of Cups. You know exactly what's going on. You got to break the cycle, okay? The others of you who are reconciling, you're coming into union. Yeah, your person has a tremendous amount of love for you. I did say the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, right? We have a lot of water energy here. There's a lot of love here, okay? They're going to apologize for not expressing their emotions to you, for holding their emotions back, for ghosting you, for manipulating you, because the truth's going to come out, Leo. And this is why you have to be ready, because they're going to communicate the cold, hard truth to you. And some of you, if you get triggered, you are not ready for a harmonious sacred union, because both of you have to be harmonious in order for that union to actually be successful. And I'm going to say, I'm letting out the cat out of the bag. They're going to confess to you that they did manipulate you emotionally for sex. They did act a certain way because they knew, especially with women, that's what women want. They like the romance thing, but then they missed the mark because they're not looking for the deep soul connection and having somebody emotionally available for them. There's like they're trying to please the person just to keep them around. Okay, for fear of losing them, or for wanting to feel loved by that person when you don't love yourself. But again, this is part of the contract. This is part of the lesson learning here. So be careful. You get triggered again, you're not ready. You have to go through another phase of separation so that you can continue to heal your inner child. But this person's going to come and tell you that. I was manipulating you because I was just looking for sex. But then they're going to start telling you, if they are ready, they will tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And they will say, I realize that I was validating my worth through sex too. That I saw sex as love. I was repressing my emotions because I did not want to get emotionally involved because I was burned before. Some of them will tell you this. And they're going to say, I've had a lot of love for you for a very long time, Leo. A very long time. And I'm sorry that I did not express that to you. That I let myself I guarded my heart. I was trying to protect myself because what was done to me in the past. The past. Both of you have a past. And again, deep regrets. Deep regrets here. Remorse. Dark thoughts. Hopelessness. They were in the depths of despair. For those of you who've done the work and walked away and stopped and you broke the cycle, they went to a deep depression is what I'm hearing. I'm also hearing that this person may very well have been dealing with a mental illness. Okay? And whatever happened to them was so traumatizing, it caused them to have a mental illness. And it caused them to repress their emotions. Their mind, they were focusing way too much in the mind, and it caused them to manipulate. It caused them to be a certain way that they knew that they weren't. But it was based off of a lot of trauma, okay? A lot of drama, too, in their life. And it made them this way. That's why they were withholding their love for you. They were withdrawn emotionally. They felt like a robot. They didn't want to feel anymore. They were emotionally numb because their mind was like taking over their lives. Mental illness for some, not for all, okay? Death card. Scorpio energy, what was I talking about? Phoenix rising from the ashes. Profound changes in this connection. Others of you, if you want to see some change, you have to be the change you wish to see. You're going to have to undergo that self-transformation and really break those cycles and start becoming the person you were meant to be. Six of Pentacles at the top. See, there's unequal give and take here. For some of you who are still haven't broken the cycle yet, there's unequal give and take in this connection. That has to stop. You have to understand this person is not reciprocating what you are giving to them. That has to stop. That cycle also has to stop. Stop giving yourself to others who are unemotionally unavailable. Who are emotionally unavailable. The others of you who are coming into union, this person is really going to be very kind and generous now. They're going to shower you with a lot of love, Leo. A lot of love. Very generous, very kind-hearted. This person might be a philanthropist, or they might have a lot of money. They might be wealthy. And they're going to shower you not only with love, but they're going to shower you with gifts, because Six of Pentacles is also about gift giving. They may be giving you money to pay off debt, or to buy you a car, or buy you a house, or all of those things. It's like they're going to give you gifts of money and things. Like I said, helping you with something. Maybe you have a child. You both have a child. You might be a single parent or something, and they're going to help you. So you're not going to be a single parent anymore for some. That's only for a few of you. This person's going to be very, very, very generous, and like they love you beyond belief. Beyond belief. They have a lot of love for you, Leo, and they're going to give you more than what you gave them, because you know what you gave them? Life. Because you still love them unconditionally. You had compassion for them, and that is what healed them, and they felt that. You saved their lives here, Leo. They were in a very deep, dark place. I'm hearing depression and mental illness. There could have been a possibility where somebody, your person, Leo, might have been very close to committing suicide. I do not like to say that, but that's what I'm channeling. But you saved them with the power of unconditional love. That is what heals all things. And they are really, really going to give you not just the world, but the universe. Because of what you've done for them, because of that compassion and love you had for them. That is what it is about, guys, in this connection. Unconditional love. Compassion. It's what Jesus taught us. That is how Jesus was able to heal others. Because he had that amount of love, unconditional love and compassion for people. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right. They don't want me to clarify, so I'm going to go ahead with your guidance for the week. Or guidance for this message. What guidance do we have for Leo? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you so much, Spirit. What do we got here? Garnet, ignite your passion. Fluorite, see, find peace within. There's the peace. Lemurian quartz, practice patience. Bottom of the deck is Shungite, detox your life. See, you have to detox yourself from getting into these situations here, Leo. I'm going to go read the book. Lemurian quartz. Practice patience. Slow down. There is no need to hurry or rush through life. There is enough time for you to do everything that you need to do. Learn to quiet the restless parts of yourself and take life one step at a time. There is a difference between being busy and being productive. Make sure you spend your precious time on the things that matter most. Patience is not something you acquire once and never have to think of again. It is a practice, one that must be consciously drawn upon even when your poise is tested. Go with the pace of nature and trust that everything will happen in due course. A little mindful patience makes the everyday more enjoyable so that you can appreciate life's natural pauses. What people or situations test your patience? How can you be more patient in your everyday life? Your affirmation is, I am patient. Today, slow down. Let someone pass in front of you in the traffic or go in front of you in line at the store. Now, if there's some sort of sexual repression or tension here, that increases your masculine energies, which could cause you to lose patience. That might be for somebody there. Let's see, fluorite. That's why I was talking about transmuting those energies. Find peace within. Peace is not something you find out there. It comes from within. There's no need to wait for the whirlwind of life to stand still, and you don't even need to reach internal stillness to tap into it. Peace means the acceptance of your circumstances and the conviction of your beliefs. You can act and find solace when you are at peace with your decisions. By choosing peace, you can tune out external disturbances and embrace a calmer state of being so you can go about your daily life and confront any challenge. What allows you to tap into a state of inner peace? What does peace look like for you? How can you show up to life from a state of peace? Your affirmation is, I live in a state of peace. Whenever you see a mirror today, take a deep breath and repeat your affirmation. Bring this peaceful state of being to all your activities. If you guys have these crystals, the spirit is suggesting that you meditate with these crystals and say the affirmations. If you don't, if you are able or if you feel encouraged to, they are recommending that you can purchase these crystals to help you with this healing, okay? We have garnet at the bottom here. Ignite your passion. You need a little spice in your life. Light a match to kindle your fiery, passionate nature. The heated energy that comes from raw passion will fuel your sense of excitement in everything you do. Instead of succumbing to what at times can be the monotony of everyday routines, approach the people and projects in your life with enthusiasm and renewed vigor. This perspective will energize all areas of your life, including your relationships, career, challenges, and projects. What gets you out of bed in the morning? What lights a fire in your soul? How can you bring more passion to some of the less exhilarating parts of your day? Your affirmation is, my inner fire brings passion to every day. Today, do one thing or listen to a song that gets you fired up. So what I'm getting also from this, aside from this message, that yeah, this is confirming that those coming into union here, reconciliation, you're having a lot more spice in your life now. Let a light match to kindle your fiery, passionate nature. Yep, this union is going to bring that into your life. Others of you, you got to find things that light you up. Things that get you going. Detox your life is Shungite at the bottom of the deck. Your mind, body, and spirit need a system reboot. Without necessarily realizing it, we are affected by our environment and all the things in it. Thank you, Spirit. From the technology constantly at our fingertips to the air we breathe, the foods we eat, and the health and beauty products we use. Take a closer look at what you choose to surround yourself with and what you put on and in your body. Okay. We know what that's also suggesting. There may be a certain area of your life that needs simplifying. Take what you need from it and release what you don't. A virtual cleanse will help clear out the energetic sludge and get you back to feeling your best. When do you feel foggy or drained? What are you exposed to during these times? How would you feel if you gave your system a break from these sources? Affirmation is, I nurture myself by giving my system what it needs and releasing what it does not. Today, while you eat, put down all technology, be mindful and present during your nourishing meal. This is talking about the whole sex thing. All right? Nurture yourself by giving your system what it needs and releasing what it does not. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get a love card here with the Lover's Oracle. Let's see. I just saw the playfulness card. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What can you tell us about Leo's love situation? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. This is the deck that's always crazy to shuffle. There's a really passionate card right there. There's another one. That would be awesome right there. That's like what? Massage? Oh, there we go. Thank you, Spirit. And I say that, it flies out. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Ace of Cups, right? Self-reflection. There is your big guidance right there. And this. Time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. Look what's after that. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Yep, reflection. Look within. The top of the deck is imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. All right. Okay, Leo. If you would like a personal reading with me, please check out the description box below for more information on that, or you can hop on over to capellawellness.com, check out my Capella service suite. I have all types of readings there. If you are a divine counterpart, you can check out the light counterpart readings category in my Capella suite if you want to get more guidance on your specific connection. Okay. I do coaching, so if you want to do live coaching, I do offer that as well. That is underneath the coaching. No, it's underneath the personalized reading section if you're interested in that. What was the other thing? I am offering special love readings for the month of February only, since I normally don't focus on love. But apparently this month my readings might be talking about love because they wanted me to use the True Love deck. So apparently this is what they wanted me to get out. So there are two different types. There's an 18+ reading, which maybe some of you might want to avoid because of what we've been talking about, but it's your prerogative. And there's another one that has no like sexual stuff in there. It's just actual true love stuff, deep soul connection stuff. So those are in the link below. There's a much lower price than what I charge for my readings. It's a 15-minute reading, so they're not super long. You can also find those readings in my Capella service suite at capellawellness.com underneath the personalized readings section. All right. Any questions you may have at all about this reading, or you want to talk to me about your situation, because I've already told you I've gone through this. I've lived this already. If you want help with this, I'd be more than happy to help you or to coach you. That's if you feel drawn. Okay. There's no shame here and there's no judgment, as I said. Check out the description box for the email. It's there too. If you go to capellawellness.com, there's plenty of ways to get in contact with me through my website. All right, Leo? Okay, that concludes your weekly reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel, and for illuminating that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today and always. I send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.